Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 video. I know I didn't upload yesterday, I got a little bit busy, but anyways, we're doing an Atlanta Falcons rebuild, but with Bijan Robinson. Yes, I gave him X Factor because he is arguably the best player in this entire draft class, but just because he plays halfback, he did fall in the draft, unless other than being a halfback, he would probably be the #1 overall pick. But with that being said, Bijan Robinson, great player, great pick for the most part, except for the fact that Jalen Carter, was on the board and you passed on him. So I think Jalen Carter or Nolan Smith would have been a great pick. Yes, you have David Onyemata, Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell. They're all old, though. They're not going to be here forever. They're all not what they used to be. But at the same time, again, it was a good offseason for the Falcons for sure. Bijan, though, at 8, if I were the Falcons, I would have tried to trade back and then tried to get Bijan if I wanted to, but at pick number 8, I honestly think you could have gone Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. Lucas Van Ness wouldn't even be a bad pick there either. But again, Bijan player. Bijan Robinson is a great player. It's just I think Jalen Carter would have been the better pick. And I know Falcons have already clicked off the video and be like, you're an idiot. You don't know nothing. Rise up, baby. And they're gonna do something like that. But again, Bijan's a great player. I definitely think he's gonna pan out. It's just I will keep repeating it. Jalen Carter would have been a better pick. But anyways, other than that, we got Desmond Ridder here, who's going to be the starter. I don't necessarily know if he's going to be the starter for us in Madden. If we can't get him to start by the next season, it will be very difficult to develop him, and I may have to draft a quarterback. So for the rest of the team, we got Bijan, of course, Algier, and Patterson is going to have to go eventually, so I am actually just going to keep moving him down. Drake London, Scotty Miller, Matt Collins, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, Chris Lindstrom, Bergson out of, Syracuse? Was he? No, out of Georgia. Matthew Bergson out of Georgia is their new left guard that they got in the second round. Defensively, looking at old defensive line other than Arnold Ebikate, people told me to pronounce. I think it's Ebakate or Ebikate. I always mess it up. His name is Arnold to me. Anyways, Terrell Suggs, Mike Hughes, Jeff Okuda, who they got for a 5th-round pick, Richie Grant, who's now a strong safety instead of a free, Jesse Bates, the free safety. They got Bud Dupree, Lorenzo Carter, and Rashaan Evans. Looking at the specialist, Bijan is going to start all around. I want him to get Rookie of the Year to get him more XP, because why not? Scotty Miller's playing in the slot. Like everything else that we got here, Bud Dupree is not going to be the rush left end. And apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3 top of the division, but the rest of the division, except for the Buccaneers, are also 4-3. So we could lose it and fall all the way to 3rd in the division if we lose to the Panthers this week. Definitely don't want to do that. Keeping auto-generator rookies way too early to tell in the draft who's going to be good and who's not. But anyways, we got the scouting national focus. I think I am going to go... I usually go linebacker, but I think, should I go defensive tackle? Nah, I'm going to go not middle linebacker either. I'm going to go wide receiver. Drake London is not enough for me. I definitely need that. And middle linebacker would be more like a 2nd-round pick for me. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. We have Rashaan Evans, who honestly isn't horrible. I would want to do like a 2-year deal, then increase the money if he's cool with that. He's not considering, okay? Frank Darby can walk. Everyone else here can walk. Rashaan Evans, I'll give a 2-year deal once he is considering. So let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 12-5 with the 1st-round bye atop the division. That's crazy. Looks like the Saints and the Panthers made it too. The Buccaneers era is over. Yeah, Saints got 7th seed. Panthers got 6th seed. They both snuck in. That's crazy. Stats and awards. Let's see what we got here. We have Desmond Ridder doing pretty good other than his pass rating. 7th best offense in the NFL. 1st best defense is super surprising. And 19 interceptions is not good. That's too many, but 34 touchdowns, 4,700 yards is good. 94 pass rating. If he gets star dev, I'll keep him. If he doesn't, no. Bijan had a baller year with the Falcons. 21 touchdowns, 4.6 per carry, 1,300 yards. Yeah, he's going to be crazy. Kyle Pitts, 104 receptions, 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards for Matt Collins, 1,000 for Scotty Miller. Rashaan Evans, 109 tackles for a loss, 17 for Grady Jarrett, sacks 12 for Calais Campbell, 11 for Arnold Ebikate, and 6.5 for Lorenzo Carter. Interceptions, 4 for AJ Terrell. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, anyways, let's see what we got here in the divisional round, because we do have the 1st round bye in year 1 too. So I guess Bijan did revolutionize the offense. in simulation here to face the 10-7 New Orleans Saints. We are 1 overall lower than them, but technically we're the better team in the division, and we beat them 49-21. Already here to face the 8-9 Minnesota Vikings. Looks like their division went to trash, but let's move into it. Here we are against the Minnesota Vikings. 0-0 start. We strike first, 0-7. They strike back, 7-7, 7-14. It's a good back and forth game there. 10-14 in the second quarter, 10-13 at halftime. And in the third quarter, we're not really moving the ball. There we go, 13-21 and 13-28. Yeah, that's going to be wraps. Stomping them out in the fourth quarter, 13-42, as we are now moving on to the Super Bowl. And here we are against the Indianapolis Colts with Anthony Richardson in year 1. 2 rookies making it to the Super Bowl here. I mean, that happens almost every year. But anyways, what do we got here for the upgrades? Bijan probably got Rookie of the Year. He goes, wow, he already has 2 skill points. He's already a 91 overall running back with the 2 skill points. Makes him a 93 at his rookie year. Crazy season. No upgrades for our receivers. No upgrade for Desmond Ridder, which is the big one. That sucks. Arnold has star dev. AJ Terrell gets X Factor. That's awesome to see. Yeah, Desmond Ridder not having at least star dev is painful. I don't know if we may or may not draft a QB, probably in the second round. But let's see what we got against the Indianapolis Colts in the Super Bowl. And it's already a successful rebuild because we've already made it to a Super Bowl. Here we are in, is this Tampa? I don't know. I don't know where this is. Anyways, it is a 7-14 start. Wait, no, this is Arizona. This is the State Farm Field. 7-21, 7-24. Good 3-score lead here. Having big score leads is not something the Falcons like, Falcons fans. 20-34 as they are kind of choking the lead, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. 20-37 as the Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl in year 1 with Bijan Robinson. He's just that good. Anyways, let's see your Super Bowl MVP. And Desmond Ridder wins the Super Bowl MVP. Matthew Stafford wins the league MVP as he has a huge bounce back. Bijan Robinson wins Rookie of the Year. That's what I wanted to happen. I've already seen the development upgrades. Let's get to the re-sign players. In the NFC South, Calais Campbell retires with a Super Bowl win, so I guess we do need to address the defensive line. And honestly, we got really lucky that first year. We should not have won the Super Bowl, but Rashaan Evans is already 27. I'm going to offer him the same deal. He's going to hit free agency. That's fine with me. Everyone else here can walk, just don't have an interest in them. So let's move in to free agency. So here we are after free agency, only getting Bryce Huff, but I think he's very underrated in real life, so he's just going to be our quick Calais Campbell replacement. I think that's a good addition to the defensive line, and let's move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm deciding to give Desmond Ridder another shot because there's not very many QBs that are good on the board. 6'5" out of I don't know what college that is. Never heard of that. 87 speed, 91 acceleration, hidden development, big guy along with Drake London to pair as a receiver too. And in the third round, I'm picking up quarterback Ben Harrington, a third-round pick. I was like, hey, this guy's got pretty solid stats out of App State, 92 throw power, 74 speed, but 86 acceleration. B awareness, he's not very much of a break sack because he is only 5'11". I don't know. This could be the guy. I'm conflicted. Now, this is the team after the draft, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, Desmond Ridder won the Super Bowl MVP, and he won you a Super Bowl last year. I honestly think that was just luck. I think it was actually because Bijan is already a 94 overall X Factor, and he's only played 1 year in the league. Having an X Factor running back in simulation makes all the difference. Why do you think the Cowboys always went to the Super Bowl in simulation? It's because they had X Factor Zeke on their team, and then same with the Browns that always make it in simulation because Nick Chubb was balling. Same with the Niners doing it as well. But anyways, I just think having the X Factor running back makes the difference. So I'm going to give Harrington, the rookie, a shot. And if he does terrible his first year, I'll put Ridder back. And I know there's a quarterback situation here, but Harrington is a 69 overall. He does look pretty good on paper. He's more of an accuracy type quarterback, and he has a good arm. Like, he has star dev. That's what I'm looking for, at least. If he has superstar, that'd be crazy, and he would definitely be the starter. But anyways, this is the team we got. Colbert's only a 69 overall, but hey, at least he has the star dev. That's what I was looking for. He's going to be a receiver too. Defensively, Ross, I picked him up in the second round. He is a good player, but unfortunately only normal dev for us. But overall, the team should be doing pretty good. Robinson is going to start again. There's no Cordero Patterson. Matter of fact, I kind of want to cut Cordero. Can I do that? Yeah, I'm actually going to cut him. I know people may be mad at that, but Algier is going to be our number 2, and there's just no point to keeping anyone else there. And also, I'm going to sign a third running back right now, so that way the AI doesn't sign one and it mixes up my entire roster and screws everything for me. Could just re-sign Cordero, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to scroll down. Sure, Darrell Henderson Jr., who was on the Jags and the Rams. We're just going to have him as a running back number 3, just so that way we have the depth and the AI doesn't screw me over. So let's try this again. Yep, as it signs the free agent, it does screw up my entire roster. Colbert as the receiver 2, defense, like what we got. Specialist Robinson, Algier. I'm gonna put him there. Colbert, Farrell, Shorts. I'm actually gonna move up here. Yeah, I like all that. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2, second division. Again, a highly contested division. Scouting national focus. Already did receiver before. I think I do still need to do linebacker. I'll go outside linebacker here. I do need some coverage linebackers instead of Bud Dupree and Lorenzo Carter, who are edge rushers. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we have here. Chris Lindstrom, going to give him a little bit more of a contract, give him 5 years as well. And he wants more money. AJ Terrell, going to give you a player-friendly deal, and he resigns. And then Jeff Okuda. This is overall pretty cheap for his role in the team, so I'm fine with that. Scotty Miller can walk. Malik Walker, 2 years I'm fine with. Let's increase his bonus and salary so he stays. He re-signs with us. Matthew Bergson is not supposed to be here. he's supposed to have a 4-year deal because he's a second-round pick. Maybe a 5-year if he was a first round. But let's see. Did it only have? Yeah, it only had him for 2 years, so he's not supposed to be here. Give him that. Chris Lindstrom we'll get later. Clark Phillips, again, he is also not supposed to be here, and I also thought he was a pretty good pick as well, so we're going to give him his 4-year contract as well as a rookie. Got that. And Zach Harrison is also not supposed to be here, but at the same time, I'm probably just going to let him walk because we don't even need him for anything, and I know people may be mad at that, but I don't necessarily need him for anything. Matt Hennessy, I want to re-sign. This guy, actually, for the fans' sake, I'll just give Zach Harrison his 4-year contract. Then everyone else can walk except for Chris Lindstrom. I'm going to make sure I get him back. So let's do the 4-year deal. Get all those guys edited up, and I think Bijan Robinson I'll probably need to edit next year. So let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, top of the division once again, as we are 10-7. The rest of our division kind of fell off, but we are here to face the 10-7 Carolina Panthers as well. Stats and awards, the rookie did great. He did very good for a rookie. 9th best offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense, less interceptions. This might be the guy. He had 2 less touchdowns than Desmond Ridder, 200 yards less, but he also had 5 interceptions less and 4 better passer rating. So right now, I think this is the guy. We're going to keep giving him a chance. Bijan, not as good as his rookie season, except his average improved and his yards improved. But 12 touchdowns instead of 21, still a great year. Thomas Colbert, the rookie, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Drake London, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Malik Walker, 118 tackles for a loss. 10 for Grady Jarrett, sacks, 9.5 for Grady Jarrett, 9.5 for Lorenzo Carter, 8.5 for Arnold, and 5.5 for Bryce Huff. Interceptions, 3 for Richie Grant. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for AJ Terrell and Jeff Okuda. So, team's doing pretty good, but let's see if we can beat the Carolina Panthers to move on to the divisional round, maybe make another run at it, who knows. And we do not, wow, okay. It looks like my defense just in offense said nah today. It looks like the rookie quarterback just got flustered in the playoffs. Okay, to the offseason. And the Ravens beat the Commanders in the Super Bowl. Jalen Amore Davis wins the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Atlanta Falcons. So we're going to see the development upgrades. Hopefully Harrington has superstar dev. I'm pretty sure he'll only have star, but that just might be enough. He only has star, but he's already 1 overall higher without the boost than Desmond Ridder. So that's the thing. Colbert has superstar. That's awesome to see. Great pickup. And defensively, it looks the exact same. Did Malik Walker? I'm pretty sure he already had that star dev, because that's why I re-signed him. So nobody got an upgrade, really, other than my rookie receiver. So let's move in to the re-signings. In the NFC South, Demario Davis and Adam Thielen both retired, 2 big vets. So let's see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate. Chris Lindstrom, let's give him just player-friendly again. Give him 5 years, increase his bonus a bit more, too. He re-signs with us. Scotty Miller can walk. Jalen Hawkins can walk. My other running back can walk. Matt Hennessy, he does have star depth. Not very good, but it's going to be cheap at least, and he's going to fill the role for the time being. Everyone else here can walk. Don't really have an interest in them, so let's move in to free agency. After free agency, I ended up getting Jordan Brooks and Donovan Peoples-Jones as a slot wide receiver, so our receiving core should be pretty good with along Kyle Pitts and Drake London, so let's move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up strong safety Amani Flowers out of Tennessee, 5'10", 219. That's pretty big size for being 5'10". Also 92 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden development. He's going to replace Richie Grant. In the second round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Gerald Matthews out of Louisville, hidden development 6'5", 301. Not super athletic, but he does have finesse moves. Now, this is the team after the draft. Harrington is a 2 overall, is higher than Desmond Ridder, so unfortunately he's going to be the starter if anyone did want him to be the starter. Sorry, hate to break it to you. Matt Hennessy is going to be the starter over Dahlman as well. Maybe be able to trade Drew Dahlman because I'm probably not going to re-sign him. I forgot to start Hennessy last year, which hindered his development, but it's fine. He's fine. Defensively, looking into it, Matthews, I'm going to start over David Onyemata. Just because he does have the star development on Yamada, I'm not going to re-sign. Looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Nichols. Going to bench Richie Grant. And yeah, the rest of the team should be looking pretty good. Is Malik Walker? Yeah, he is supposed to be a right outside linebacker. Fine with that. I'm going to look into the specialist as it should be... Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones should be in the slot, but it has him there. So I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. But Bikete, I would like over Lorenzo Carter. But Lorenzo Carter looks like he's going to be starting there. Can I cut him, honestly? Yeah, a lot of people may not like that. I just don't want him to be an edge rusher. I want a coverage linebacker in my 4-3 scheme. And a lot of people don't like that, but you're just going to have to deal with it. So move Flowers back up, move Matthews back up. Honestly, we had a pretty good defensive draft. Looking pretty good there. Specialist. Yeah, it moves Arnold over there. Flowers is not going to be the sub linebacker. Move this Flowers to be the sub slot. Got that. Making sure everything's good. Offensively, we are pretty good. Put Matt Hennessy back up there. Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be receiver too if it puts Colbert in the slot. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move into the midseason mark for the third season. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 5-2, top of the division, continuing to dominate. Scouting national focus, what do I necessarily need at this point? I guess another outside linebacker wouldn't be too bad to have a left outside linebacker that's not Lorenzo Carter. But anyways, we are, again, 5-2, 85 overall team. Chiefs are only 87. I thought they'd be higher than that. Coming off a win to the Washington Commanders. Players ready to negotiate. We have Bijan Robinson, who's already a 99 overall, but guess what? He should not be here. He should have a 5-year contract because we would accept his 5th-year option. But whenever you make Madden rosters, unfortunately, they don't actually allow you to adjust the years. Kyle Pitts, I'm just going to do a player-friendly deal. He should accept that, and he does. Jesse Bates, of course, I need you back. 5-year deal, re-sign. And then Mike Hughes, want you back as well. 3-year deal, I'm cool with. No long-term commitment, no deal. 3 years is pretty good. Richie Grant, I already got your replacement. Drew Dahlman, got your replacement. Caleb McGarry, I can find someone better. I don't need Jonnu Smith. Don't need David Onyemata. Don't need Jalen Mayfield. Got all that figured out. So anyways, it's now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 11-6, top of the division, here to face the Washington Commanders, who we did beat at the midseason mark. Stats and awards. Harrington, just average, I guess. 20th best offense, 3rd best defense. 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Like, this isn't bad, but 97 pass rating needs to be better. Needs to be more accurate and put it in the end zone a little bit more, too. Bijan, though, 6.0 per carry as he continuously keeps averaging. His averages are crazy. 17 touchdowns, almost 1,700 yards. He's crazy. Thomas Colbert, 2nd year, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Everyone else not doing crazy. Jordan Brooks, 129 tackles for a loss, 18 for Arnold, and sacks, 16 for Grady Jarrett, 10.5 for Bryce Huff. Interceptions, 3 for Jordan Brooks. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see what we got here for the wild card round. Please, Harrington, win your first wild card round. Don't make me do this. He actually wins his first one, here to face the 10-7 Niners, who are an 88 overall team. We're an 87, so I could see us losing this, and we do. 35-13, let's move in into the 4th and final season. And the Eagles get their revenge on the Chiefs, beating them in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP, which will never happen in real life, as the Falcons don't win any awards. Let's see if there is any development upgrades. Harrington, we're going to have to rock out with the 4th year. And he is pretty high overall. Offensively, we look the exact same. Defensively, we look, Matthews has star dev. Nichols has superstar dev, which is awesome to see. Anderson gets star dev as he's only 26 years old. Did it bench my strong safety? No, he has superstar dev as well. That's awesome to see that my strong safety has superstar. But I might need a new left outside linebacker, and I think we should be good for defense. Even though my left outside linebacker did get star dev, I do need a right tackle as well. The team's not crazy, but it is doing pretty good. Let's get to the re-signings. In the NFC South, Cam Jordan, Justin Britt, Jordan Poyer, and Ryan Jensen all retire, but nobody from the Falcons retires. I'm glad that Grady Jarrett decided to stay another year. Let's see what we got for the re-signing. Mike Hughes wanted a long-term commitment. Since it's the final year, I'll just give you player-friendly. Well, very player-friendly. It doesn't really matter. Richie Grant can walk. Drew Dahlman, Caleb McGarry, Don't really care about any of those guys, so they can all walk, and it's now time to move into free agency. After free agency, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown to add an X-Factor receiver along with Kyle Pitts, who is also a target. Christian Darrisaw, I moved Jake Matthews to right tackle, and Leighton Vander Esch, I moved from middle linebacker to left outside linebacker. So let's move to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up Dion Bibbs out of Arkansas, 91 strength, 76 jumping, 79 acceleration, adding more depth to our defensive line for our run defense. Hidden development, of course. Now, this is the team after the draft. Looks like the CPU picked up depth at the lineman position. Wow, a 77 overall running back, too? Dion June. That is quite crazy. Let me see what their development is. They only have star dev. I mean, it's the final season, so I might as well just check it out, you know. So offense, CPU drafted pretty well. Defense, Bibbs is 77. He seems like an absolute baller. Team looks great. Really happy with what I built. Overall, nothing like too crazy on the team. Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, obviously high players, along with St. Brown, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan ended up being a 99. So hugely successful rebuild, especially since we won in year 1. But let's move in to the 4th and final season and the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 10-7, top of the division. Here to face the 88 overall Philadelphia Eagles. We're in 90 overall, but still a pretty good team. Ben Harrington, he gets slightly worse every year. 6th best offense in the NFL, 12th best defense. I know everyone in the comments is like, oh, you should have started redder. Harrington was just a higher overall, 44 passing yards and 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 receptions. Not a bad ratio, just needs more touchdowns. 95 pass rating isn't good. Bijan, 24 touchdowns, 6.1 per carry, 1,700 yards. His average goes up every year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Looking at it defensively, Leighton Vander Esch, 128 tackles, tackles for a loss, 14 for Arnold, sacks, 12 for Arnold, and 10 for Bryce Huff. Interceptions is 5 for AJ Terrell. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for AJ Terrell. So let's see if Harrington can even win a divisional round, let alone this 10-7 wildcard matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. And he does not. 32-29. Don't worry, it is still a successful rebuild because we honestly got lucky in that first year. And Bijan got a Super Bowl win. He's a 99 overall. The team seems to be doing pretty good. A lot of people will probably be mad at me for benching Desmond Ridder, but hey, I just didn't think 19 interceptions was necessarily good. Yes, he won the Super Bowl, but I think that was more because of Bijan. But the Giants destroy the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. Dory Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Atlanta Falcons, and your successful rebuild is now over. I was happy with the team that we built. Harrington, unfortunately, didn't pan out in the playoffs as much as I hoped. Desmond Ridder's regressing? What was a 72 before? He's already 27? I don't know why he's regressing. Okay, interesting. But anyways, guys, apart from that, once again, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team I should rebuild next. Bibbs is a superstar overall. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.